Welcome back to HP Live. This is the number one place for Pokemon news, leaks, rumors, and speculation. And today we're talking all about Pokemon Champions. We did do a brief reporting video last week on this massive Pokemon Champions rumor. It seems to be credible. There is some real things that were predicted in that rumor, so we are going to go in depth today looking over that whole Pokemon Champions rumor. But we also got the announcement of a new Nintendo Direct that maybe has like 1% chance of having maybe some new Legends ZA information. And honestly, it's just been a crazy time. It's been a crazy time in the Pokemon space, so we got a bunch of stuff to review today. My name is DustyGogoat. I'm joined today by TraderLumi.
Hello.
And SoulSilverArt.
What's up?
I'm feeling really good, guys. The sun's been shining. I feel like we're in the middle of the summer. It's hot every single day. I've been going for walks. I've been wearing these sunglasses just to stay cool. Just to stay cool.
Literally.
But I don't know how you guys are feeling. I'm ready to talk about some Pokemon Champions.
Heck yeah.
I want to shout out community member P1 Polyrath for gifting one Hidden Power podcast membership.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. Wasn't going to do a plug in the beginning, but whoever just got that membership, looks like it was came in. Get into the secret Discord. Join us for our next live call-in show. And when we're done with this, go binge all of our Secret Power podcast episodes over on...
2 new episodes just last week, right?
Yeah, and we got a new one tomorrow. But listen, I'm going to shut up. The people don't want to plug this early.
Yeah, it's too early for all that.
We appreciate it, P1 Polyrath, for your support.
No, you guys are awesome.
All right, let's see. So were you able to... Let me see if I can find this.
Yeah, you got to refresh.
Here it is right here. All right, so this is crazy. We did a bunch of coverage of this last week. This is a Pokemon Champions leak. Rumor. It's a credible leak. And basically the story goes that there were 2 posts posted, maybe like I think it was in May and June, and each one of these had mentioned victory points, VP, which were mentioned in the Pokemon Presents, the July Pokemon Presents Pokemon Champions trailer. VP was confirmed as a thing. There was really no way to know that other than like maybe a guess, but there's 2 different sources that had properly guessed victory points. They had also suggested, which is kind of a soft, maybe like a lucky guess. Both of these rumors also mentioned that the Pokemon Champions was going to come out in 2026. Again, kind of a soft guess, like it's either 2025 or 2026. So that's a 50-50 thing. But the biggest thing here is that they mentioned victory points. And on top of everything else, or on top of the victory points, there's like 15 bullet lists of like descriptions of this game, right? All the details that could potentially
amazing
be
information
in this game. Yeah, and here's the thing.
They did get another thing partially right too.
Yeah.
The second post specifically mentions that it looks like there's no way to adjust IVs, and the person guesses that they may have maxed it. And while we don't hard know that, we did see a screen where you can customize. It was a Gardevoir as the example. Yeah. And there did not seem to be anything to adjust Gardevoir's IVs. So, like, that's another little soft point for this one. Because I actually think that's a kind of hard call. IVs have been a staple since... how long have IVs been in a Pokemon game? Since Gen 2, right? Because it used to, like, dictate shiny.
Gen 3. But technically, yeah.
Not 100%
sure.
They were called something different in Generation 2. They were DVs.
Right, so the removal of that, or just the hard maxing of them, I feel like is a pretty hard guess.
Yeah.
I'll
also...
Yeah.
I'll go for it, because
you're good.
A little bit off topic. I was just going to say that I'll also interject with there's some more credibility to the VP points, because if you read it closely, I read it closely the other day, yesterday, and they specifically say that the VP you get is earned by like winning battles, like like by doing battles, and that is a more specific thing than just saying, oh yeah, there's victory points, and that's the kind of points that you get that are like, it's very specific. It's not just like, oh, you buy victory points or you can't buy victory points. It's you get them through this specific method, and that has been essentially confirmed that that's how you're going to get victory points as well.
They made a point to say it was the other currency that's paid, not victory points. And while we haven't heard of the other currency that they mentioned in this, we do know that victory points can't be paid, at least not directly.
Sure. Yeah, it's cool. And a lot of this stuff, I mean, I think everything in hindsight is always like, oh, well, you could have guessed that. But I don't know, like to do a specific prediction, I never see those. I don't even do those. You know, like, it's fun to just think of big ideas and then, it's a wider net to throw. But I mean, these are very specific things. So we're gonna go through these two rumors today a little bit more in depth and actually give our opinions. We did a report last week just to kind of like cover the news, but we want to actually sit and kind of chew on a lot of this stuff. Mostly the ideas that would actually make the game more interesting, at least for me. Like there's a lot of really cool features here, and I want to just kind of chew on them and see, really just like how this would actually transform this game for me. And I also want to be clear. This is kind of unrelated, but it's related. We recorded an episode in our Discord on Monday, and it just kind of hit me. I was like, you know what? I don't know. There's just been a lot of sour comments, and I think it's because people think I'm trying to tell them whether or not they should enjoy this game. So I just want to be clear. If anyone's listening right now and is a little salty, been seeing a lot of comments saying that like I shouldn't even be on the show, which is hilarious. But like, you don't need to agree with me. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm talking about myself. That's it. That's all it is. Just talking about myself.
With you.
So any disdain I have for champions is really just like me trying to hold it to a higher standard. That's all.
Yeah, it's weird to me that we're drawing your line at your champion's opinion, but no one batted an eye when you said Cherubi was S tier. I feel like that's when the calls to
that one's pretty. No, that one's pretty agreeable. That one's pretty agreeable, I think.
When you said Flapple was bad, that was when I was like, no, we got to get this man out of here.
Flapple is pretty bad. Flapple's not good.
I will say that when
it's a skinwalker.
I've been hearing these. Your arguments for champions a lot of times I've been thinking in my mind, I haven't said this out loud, but it's like the same thing as if I would say like I don't actually care about customization in Legends EA. Like I do not, it's nothing for me. I don't have I personally did not enjoy that segment of the trailer. Like it has no interest to me. So it's kind of like the same thing, and then people will probably just be like, what, you don't like customization for what reason? Like this just isn't for me. Obviously, you're going a bit harder with the passion because you want to play this as well.
I want to play it, dude. I want to enjoy this. Yeah, it's not something I can ignore because it's like there's nothing there. Anyways,
right. I get it.
I'm kind of bringing this up because I think there's a lot of cool things in this rumor that make me perk my ears up a bit. That kind of make me want to play this game. Right? There's elements in this that kind of want to make me play this game. So that's
same.
Yeah. So that's kind of my focus. When we're going to be reading this. Shout out to Terror K. They have been a legendary tier member of Hidden Power for 9 months. They say 77 days until ZA. Hot take. I don't really like Mega Dragonite because I don't really like Dragonite. That's the most honest thing.
That makes sense.
That's the most honest thing I've heard. And then they say, I disagree with this part. They say Dragonite went from ethereal mystical dragon to Barney, in my opinion. And I got to be honest, Dragonite's always been Barney.
No, it's always been Barney.
Yeah.
Maybe what he means is from, because he said he never liked Dragonite to begin with. I think he means from Dragonair to Dragonite.
Okay, yes,
he went
that makes
from
sense.
Ethereal Dragon,
Sure.
Dragonair.
They do
that, and I can see that.
They do say that. Yeah, wouldn't mind Dragonite as its own Pokemon. It just fails as an evolution for Dragonair specifically to me. I put a new video on my channel about just kind of like speculating on like new evolutions I want to see for Pokemon. And that would be a fun one to make a new evolution for Dragonair that maybe appeases people who love Dragonair, right?
Yeah, do it.
Kind of cool.
That sounds good. Yeah, I like that.
All right, let's get into this. All right, and again, I think, I'm talking to Lumi and Soul right now. I think we can kind of brush through some of this. Like, I'll read it, but we don't need to repeat opinions.
Do we need to spend 20 minutes on the release date?
Yeah. So I'll read this through again, but I think we're just going to stop on things that we actually want to dig into a little bit deeper. And then if you want, if you want our first impressions of this, it's a 40-minute podcast that is up on the channel. Anyways, all right. 350 Pokemon estimated at launch, more to be added each new season. I say I don't want to dig into everything, but like, I guess I'm not like, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Because if assuming this is real, that would mean, I think we talked about this, like that's about a third of the Pokedex, right? That's 350 Pokemon estimated at launch. That would include
between a third and a fourth.
That would include like Caterpie, Metapod, and Butterfree. Basically, every Pokemon within the line, I'm looking at that as, I'm looking at that as literally a third or whatever, a fifth or 2/5 of the decks.
I think it's a third. Yeah, a third was right.
Lumi's the math guy. I'm not.
Yeah,
the math.
I was about to say
it's about a third. Yeah,
you lost me a long time ago.
This is my thought on it. So I think Game Freak has kind of taught us that they see forms as new designs in a game. Like, I think while we look at the dex number and we go, oh, there's 100 whatever Pokemon in the dex, I think Game Freak goes, yeah, there's 90 new Pokemon, but then there's 10 regional forms, and then there's 14 Dynamax forms, or whatever, So I think that 350, for context, Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet at launch, their Pokedex sizes were 400. But then it's 350 plus, I would assume, since we know Mega Evolution is in this game, I would assume that that's also going to be 350, and then all the Megas that we already have, which is 48, and then all the Megas that we're going to get in Legends EA. So, it'll be for total designs, and then you have alternate forms, like if Ninetales is in, Alolan Ninetales is probably in,
I don't know if that's what this means, though. I will say that I think
Maybe
300. What it's saying is 350 Pokemon. Like, whoever wrote this might not be like, oh yeah, we're counting forms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or were you adding the forms to the 350? Is that what you were saying?
I'm saying I'm adding the forms to the 350. So I'm saying that number is actually a little higher.
I see that.
In their heads. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
And Gendy brings up something in the chat, and this was something I was about to say. Rental teams appear to be fully evolved Pokemon from the trailer rather than the complete line. So maybe there's a suggestion that perhaps this is 350 evolved Pokemon. And in that case, I'm guessing, but I feel like that would basically comprise of 60-70% of the Pokedex. 350 only evolved.
Amount.
That's so much. Because basically, like, if there's 350 evolved Pokemon, you would have to add maybe at least, I would say like at least, I don't know, 200, 300 to that number.
Yeah, that's
for
crazy.
For every other Pokemon within the line, or even the form. So that would be most of the Pokemon, and in which case, I can get on board. I think 350 feels kind of low. Again, like...
I did hear a lot of people say that as well when we posted this.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people were like, 350 is like nothing. I'm like, that feels like a lot to me, but...
Yeah, I mean, again, Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield at launch were 400 in the decks. So there was a little more when you factor in the home, because Pokemon Home, you can bring in some Pokemon that aren't in the decks. But at launch, Home wasn't available. So for those games, it was 400.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a national deck situation. I'm like, I would love to just have as many available. So like when I'm battling my friends or whatever, I can make whatever team I want. And also with this... Like if we were to pick this number apart, like I think what is there like 70? There's gonna be like close to like 100 megas. I think at some point, like between 70 and 100 megas. I think we are assuming there's like new megas in ZA. So like
we know there are.
No, I know.
Mega Dragonite.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. So like that's maybe 100 of the Pokemon, right? I'm not saying the megas, but I'm saying like. All right, you have 100 Pokemon lines with Mega Evolutions. So that leaves us 250. And then I'm like, okay, then you add the Gigantamax. That's like 30. Then you add, I don't know, I'm just trying to think about all the different like battle archetypes, right? All the starter Pokemon. I'm like, that number can get whittled down pretty quickly.
Yeah. I also think that this is a good point to revisit in a few more points, because there's a nice little caveat to this 350 Pokemon at launch. So I don't know if y'all ready to keep going or if you have more to say.
Oh, yeah. Let's keep going. All right. This will be a free digital download on Switch 1 and 2 and mobile. Just stop me whenever you're ready. The release date is January 23rd, 2026. The Pokemon Home is... yeah?
What do you think about that release date? You think that's a... I mean, I know we weren't going to spend too much time, but I'm just thinking, like, it's not a bad one to me. I don't know how it works with VGC, Lumi, like, because the whole thing is, like, the VGC side of it as well, where it's like, is this actually going to be
let
for
me tell you, because I could look up I'm typing, you'll get this little ASMR experience. Let me see the regionals. because we can look at the regionals and see when they start. 2026. Where is I'm scrolling? They don't have the schedule. That's kind of lame. Okay, here we go. I'm having to use Cerebi because the actual Pokemon website is lame. So it looks like there are some tournaments in January, which they could just hold the regulation as it is right now, and then they switch it in February or March or something. I do think... Here's the thing. I was kind of thinking, I was like, if they're going to use this for the VGC 2026 season, I think they have to drop this December 2025 so that we can start on in January.
Like, is it too late now?
But, like, I don't think... It's not too late. It's weird. But this is weird. If we switch to Champions, which is what this leak will later say, but if we switch to Champions, that's weird in itself. You know what I mean? That's... Moving away from the mainline games to do VGC is weird in itself. So
I think... Yeah, I forget what the rest of the rumor says, but I believe the rest of the rumor says Generation 10 will be on Champions. It doesn't say... I don't think it says anything about Scarlet and Violet. So and this kind of goes back to my point where I'm like, we have no idea if Champions is really going to be the VGC platform.
No, definitely not. That's why I'm saying, like, does this, if this was real, would this hurt its chances for being VGC, essentially? Because... I mean, I do think actually, Lumi, I don't know if you can scroll down to it, Dusty, or we'll just get to it, but I think it says like in 2027 it would be the VGC.
It doesn't give a year. I'm reading it right now, and it says there won't be a competitive battle mode in Gen 10. This will be the replacement.
Right, so, for Gen 10. So that would be 2027.
Yeah,
right?
I mean...
Because Gen 10 isn't out until late 2026.
As we assume. I still think, I don't know, I'm still like holding on to, there was that, I mean, we should know more, I would think, by Worlds of this year, but I'm still holding on to that like trailer that they released for this Play Pokemon season where they kept showing Megas everywhere. Right. And I know they're in TCG and Unite and all, but like we've got a screen grab on our account of that trailer where it shows Wolf Glick raising up his Switch or whatever, and there's a Mega Charizard X next to him. Yeah. And that just, I don't know, that's just so suspicious to me, but maybe it is nothing. Maybe it is nothing, you know?
I don't know. I agree with you, though. They're pushing the Mega Evolution thing so much, and if they really want to do Megas in VGC, like, not in 2027, that's like a whole, like, 2 years almost from now.
Yeah.
So it's like, they wouldn't be like, it's Megas... In 2027, it's Megas, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially because, like, Gen 10 would probably, I would assume, introduce a new gimmick. And it seems weird to, you know, I imagine they would want to focus on that. Like, with Z-moves, I believe that first season, they only allowed Z-move and actually didn't even allow Megas to be in Sun and Moon. And they allowed them later.
If I could throw something into the conversation, I'm actually just thinking about this differently, right? Because, like, we were looking at, and for listeners, there was basically official, I think it was the Play Pokemon account was putting up these like edited graphics of Wolf Glick alongside all of these really, like all the Kanto starter Mega Evolutions, right? I think, and then we were basically drawing a line there to suggest that like, oh, maybe they're trying to suggest, not really tease, but like, you know, maybe Play Pokemon and VGC and the people who work there and organize the events are kind of just like, subconsciously thinking about Mega Evolutions, maybe on Champions, maybe in VGC, maybe next year. Like, and then it just kind of that idea, that consciousness bled into some of like the marketing graphics. But I kind of want to suggest that maybe they're just trying to use Mega and put Mega Evolution in all of their media, regardless if it's going to be used or not, right? Because I feel like Play Pokemon will also utilize like Dream World art for like, I'm thinking of Bunnelby for no reason. And I'm like, I feel like they'll use Pokemon that are not necessarily competitive, but are just Pokemon that are cool to feature. So maybe what they're just trying to do is utilize Wolf Glick's imagery, which obviously they're working alongside him. Wolf Glick is literally in a Pokemon game. And Wolf Glick is actually in 2 video games because his Incineroar is an official giveaway. But what I'm saying is like Wolf Glick is brand friendly, and it would not be any sort of problem or even difficult, as we saw, to just use his likeness next to the likeness of Mega Evolution, right? So maybe it's not a hint, but it's just like they're just trying to co-op some of those things that are exciting for, you know, players, right?
Maybe, but even still, too, I think it's been... Correct me if I'm wrong. It has been leaked that Mega Evolution's about to come to Unite, right? Like, either leaked or officially stated.
I think I think they already have Mega Evolution, but no, yeah,
Okay.
it was officially stated that they are releasing 2 new licenses per month, and they're not specifically Mega Evolutions, like named Mega Evolutions, but in the post they specifically are referencing when they put Mega Mewtwo Y and X in Unite.
Okay.
So it is very very pushed, very hinted.
Right. So I'm thinking, you've got 4 divisions of play Pokemon, right? You have TCG, which is about to have Mega Evolution in it. Pokemon Go, which has Mega Evolution in it. Pokemon Unite, which has Mega Evolution in it. And the fact that they said this season will have Mega Proportions, I feel like you've got one more notch to fill.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that one
fills
line.
it.
Yeah.
So it's like, make it have Megas too. I feel like they would. But again, I'm like, this is just...
You're also
honestly,
you're also
this is
VGC pilled.
I am.
Yeah, you sound like, honestly, here's
bit,
the listeners. Here's the truth.
I am on copium.
Lumi just sounds like me talking about ports.
Yes, yes.
So,
You're right, dude.
I want to believe you.
Evolution.
I want to believe you.
I love Mega Evolution. I didn't get to. I feel like I didn't really get to experience Mega Evolution because I only really started to understand competitive battling like at the tail end of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So like, there is definitely a part of me that's like, we're getting new megas, and we're getting megas just in general back. Please let me use them.
Yeah.
Please, Please let me see them everywhere. Like, I want the final match of Worlds next year to be a mega versus a mega.
I think it's happening. Anyway, so that release date is later in January than I was thinking. I was like, okay, it's going to be in January because if it's 2026 when we first got the information, and then this, I'm like 23 is kind of late.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's just a very interesting date.
And if anything, maybe that's some credit to it that like they called a date that like kind of just feels weird. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if this was a fake leak,
Yeah. What day is that?
I would
Let me look at that.
pick a release date more people were expecting. It's a Friday, which we kind of mentioned in our last video. It is a Friday, which Nintendo games typically drop on a Thursday now, but this one is different because it's a free to download game and not like an actual go to your local game store and buy a physical copy game.
I think, yeah, dude. I think it's also just like the thing that I care about, or the thing that I'm paying attention to, is not competitive. I'm thinking about instead how far away it is from ZA, and I think it makes sense. It's like literally enough time. It's enough time not only from the release of Legend ZA for people to get acclimated and actually play through the game before they start maybe moving their ZA Pokemon into Champions, but it's also enough time. It's honestly maybe even a little bit too close to when people get the game for the holidays at the end of December. That only gives them a couple weeks to play Legend ZA before potentially transferring their Pokemon into Champions. So I almost think it might be a little bit too close, but we gotta keep moving through this. So it also says Pokemon Home is compatible at launch. I don't know if that's the thing you wanted to bring up, Lumi, earlier about the Pokemon.
Next thing.
Okay, so ranked mode will have seasons that last 2 to 3 months with regulation rules.
So it says at the very top bullet point, it said, 350 Pokemon estimated at launch, but it says more to be added each new season. And this is saying that seasons will last 2 to 3 months. So 350 Pokemon at launch with new Pokemon coming 2 to 3 months later, and then 2 to 3 months every 2 to 3 months thereafter. That's solid, I'd say. But maybe that's just me,
Yeah.
I have nothing really to say towards that, but yeah, it sounds good.
I think most of our audience does not play VGC, so I don't know.
Well, I'm saying as a player, like more Pokemon in the game.
Oh,
That's
sure.
what that means. Yeah.
It feels like a lot, but yeah.
Yeah, I still fall down on like you could have all Pokemon available, but only make certain Pokemon available for each of the ranked modes in seasons. Because they already do that.
I think that's their intention. But it says here that also they'll add more Pokemon each new season, which, sure, for a VGC person, that's fun because it shakes up the format. But I'm saying as a player, like as you guys, that's fun too, because you are every 2 to 3 months going to get a little bit closer to that all Pokemon in the game goal.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, it would be quicker. which is cool.
And 2 to 3 months is like honestly more than I was expecting.
Yeah. Continuing, it says both ranked and casual modes are available, plus a new Battle Frontier-like mode with various challengers and tiers.
This is everything.
Well, like I said last week, I also just want to set up for the audience and for the conversation. Like, I do think something to take. Obviously, we're taking all of this with a grain of salt because there have been things that are real leaks, and only half of what is in the post it ends up being real. So that's one aspect where it's like some of the stuff could just be flat out wrong. But then I also think, like every leaked information, it's an interpretation of something that exists. So if they say Battle Frontier-like mode, we're just thinking of whatever Battle Frontier that we enjoyed, right? Whatever mode. Like I think of the factory where you get to like pick random Pokemon, and as you advance, you like get to pick a new Pokemon depending on what your team's Pokemon was. Like that's what I imagine. Some people are thinking about different stuff, right? Maybe whatever, the Seviper, whatever one that was in the Battle Frontier. But my point is like, they're not, like, it might not, like, if this is real, it might not be a Frontier. It might not actually be the Battle Frontier from Hoenn. It could just be, like, modes of play, which is still fun, but just, I want to, I think that's important to bring up, because, like...
No, yeah, that's what I want. I don't expect a Battle Frontier, but that's what I want, is just different modes to play Pokemon where they give you some kind of strange rule or like, hazard put on you or whatever. That's all I want. I'm good after that. I don't need it to actually be called a Battle Frontier. I don't need there to be an actual facility. I just ultimately want multiple modes of play, and also add that single player play too. Yeah, which is what this
it's the single player thing that really, like, because that would make this like a full game for me. Like if we had,
I want offline.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why they didn't show that. I'm like, that would be the, and again, not to regress, but that is like. That's the stuff that I think a lot of people care about. I don't think, like, there's such a small amount of people who actually care about VGC and ranked. And those are the people who are influencers who have a platform where they're promoting VGC. So they're obviously going to act like it's the best thing in the world. But most Pokemon fans are just looking for a battle simulator that has, like, an in-game battle mode for solo play. You know, like, I play TCG Pocket. I only play offline.
Right. I agree with you. I think they are also thinking about like making this an esport. You know what I mean? So like they also want like spectators, but the spectator stuff doesn't look so great. But I will say that's just a side note. I lost my train of thought. Go for it.
Sorry.
If there's a spectator,
I'm following you.
To capitalize what you were saying, spectator mode would be amazing.
Yeah, I agree. But it's like how it looked was not the best. It was like, bro, this is not great for spectators. Like, I don't really want to watch this. There was something else, but I can't remember. It was more like along the lines with a single player mode. I guess that's what it was. Dusty, you thinking that they didn't show it there? Like, think about what they've shown us for ZA. Like, I think that it's just that was that trailer where they're just showing us, oh, you can do this and that. If this is real, the next trailer will be like, look, you get a whole single player thing where you get to go through, you know, like something like that, like a battle tree, whatever, you know, something.
And
something
also
like that.
Again, if Chad, if you can allow me to think for a second, like, I'm gonna imagine this right now. Let me cook. All right, various challengers. That's just a word, but my mind says returning characters, right?
Keep reading, Dusty.
I think in the second one they specify that, which would be just so cool.
I'm going to keep reading the chat, or I'm going to keep reading the rumor.
I think it's very far, though.
Some challenges get harder as you go. Your opponent's Pokemon will level up as you progress. Oh, yeah, it is, I guess, later on. I thought it was going to be right there. Let me see. Hold on. I'm scrolling.
You can jump over to it. I think it's on the second one.
A couple points down. The NPCs
Can you read it? Well, I see. The NPCs.
One challenge.
The NPCs and gym leaders will change each time.
The one before that first mentions it.
Oh my gosh. NPC. Read it.
One challenge will be like a Nuzlocke, sort of. If a Pokemon faints, it can't be used again until you beat a certain tier. You can't heal your Pokemon until you have won 10 consecutive battles. Every 10th battle will be a gym leader or a familiar NPC.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
So,
and again, they're saying gym leader, and it's like, well, what does that mean? Like, I think a gym leader. Yeah, I think a gym leader is pretty.
I see.
Like, if you recognize a gym leader, you would probably write gym leader. But maybe there's just like maybe there's a brand new gym leaders. Maybe they're called gym leaders in Champions, but they're people we don't even know. And that actually would be kind of sick. Listen, this is
like Casio. Like Masters, Pokemon Masters. It's
but new characters. So what I'm saying is this is a game. Pokemon Champions is a Game Freak title. Game Freak is in their bag when they're doing monster creation, when they're doing character creation, when they're doing world building. That's what Game Freak is awesome at, right? If they're going to make a battle simulator, I think it only makes sense that they introduce new gym leaders, new characters, a new professor. We kind of saw a glimpse in one of the screenshots of Pokemon Champions from the trailer. There's kind of a glimpse of like an outside area. Is that... I mean, obviously it's not an RPG, so that's not an explorable area, but that'd be kind of cool if they were like, oh, this is a new region that we do these battles in. Or maybe it's in Galar. Like, I honestly love Soul's theory about Champions taking place in Galar. But, like, listen, in Galar, there is a rotating group of gym leaders and not Elite Four members, but, competitors or whatever. So, like, that would be so cool if we get 8 new gym leaders and they're just, like, only in Champions. That, for whatever reason... No, that is so cool. That would be awesome. I feel like that would just appeal to core Pokemon fans who don't even like battling.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I think it's a no-brainer too, right? Like from a marketing perspective, like you're hyping up this game, and then can you just imagine that trailer where then like they show like, oh, your next opponent's here, and then they just show Brock toss out an Onyx or whatever, and people are gonna go nuts over that. And then you can also theme it. You still what?
A Steelix and it Mega Evolves.
Steelix, yeah. And then like you also can kind of go.
It's the World Championship.
Like you can theme it, right? Like when they do a season that adds Dynamax, you can that season add in all the Galar League people. Like we're thinking they can add Pokemon each new season, and that's cool. But they also could add new NPCs each season, which I imagine they would, especially if this extends into Gen 10 and beyond. I imagine then in Gen 10 they'd want to be like, hey, let's take some of our Gen 10 characters and put them in there too.
Yeah. Did you guys ever... I think what I'm just looking for is like, I don't know, like I think it was really fun. Some of the best post-game content for me, like in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Black and White, is like rebattling these gym leaders,
100%.
So to be able to see, I don't know, dude. It's like if we get to go through a system to battle old gym leaders, they're also going to have new lines of dialogue, right? They could have new teams. That's really fun. That's really fun.
They almost definitely will have new teams, And
I think for me, that's the stuff that I care about. Like, sure, VGC is obviously promoted by the Pokemon Company. People like VGC, right? Oh, it said the stream died. Let's see right here.
Uh-oh.
Can you guys hear me?
They probably need to refresh theirs, I would imagine.
Let me see. Let's see. We're just pausing real quick. Let me go over. It looks like it looks like we're still live.
Oh wait, let me see. Yeah.
Sometimes they have to refresh. Let's see. I have asked them all to refresh.
Let's see. Hold on.
And people are saying reloading and refreshing is working.
Yeah.
So
okay. So we're still live.
It's just that thing that happens sometimes.
Refresh.
All right. We're still live. Now we're just troubleshooting. Hold on. Yeah, okay. All right. So basically, I think the thing that I care about the most, and this is what I would have loved to see in a Champions trailer, is like you get to I basically want Champions to be part of the greater Pokemon world, right? If it is a battle simulator, literally take the Battle Frontier and turn it into a giant playable experience, right? Like it's kind of like what we're seeing with Legend ZA. Like Legend ZA, I think, is really interesting because it's taking a single city in the Pokemon world and saying, well, what if instead of like it being comprised of 10 buildings and like 20 characters, it's actually 200 characters and 1,000 buildings, right? It's just giving you a different sense of scale. And so I would be compelled to play Champions even if I wasn't able to use all of my Pokemon, if there was like parts of the Pokemon world that I want to experience in this different way, right? So if I can go battle Erica and then the next fight it's Price, it's like, and then the next fight it's like Crasher Wake. I'm just naming random people. Then we see Clay. Like that's really cool, you know. And they could all have different teams, right? Like we've only seen Brock in so many ways, but it's like if you fight Brock, and then now all of a sudden he's got I don't know, Mega. I'm not gonna. That would have been a spoiler, but yeah. So like, just a Mega Rock type that we don't know about, right? Like that would be sick. That would be so much fun. So I think that's what I'm looking for from Champions. I'm like, I want it to be something that I can experience offline as well. Yeah.
I agree with you, but I also just want to be like, just hold the expectations in a little bit because it's just. This is a rumor. It's possibly real, but we don't know. We just don't know if any of this is actually real.
I'm not expecting anything.
Yeah, that's what I want to happen, but I can't commit to it in my brain, or I'll be disappointed. Do you know what I mean?
I do personally believe that there will be some form of solo mode, just because I do think that a part, not the main part, but a part of this game will be kind of to allow people who are maybe interested in VGC but find it daunting to get into it, or any competitive battle, not just VGC, but just like competitive battling in singles. I think they want to make an experience that's easier for players to get into, and you kind of have to have a solo mode to teach people things, you know what I mean? Like with TCG Pocket, me going on and matching with someone online, it's like the top TCG player in Japan, him just absolutely destroying me, isn't gonna teach me anything, you know what I mean? So there has to be some kind of computer mode for you to learn things, and you to go, you know what, I'm seeing now that this Pokemon, I'm using a lot of special moves on it, maybe I need to use physical, to get that learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
I think also, because I kind of brushed over it, but like, love to see all these returning characters, like Kabu, like where is he? But also, give us new characters that we've literally never seen before and say, no, this is a gym leader in this region, right?
Dude.
Yeah.
Like,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, and then, listen, as a Pokemon fan, that gives us so much fuel. If they're like, hey, this is a gym leader from this region, it's north of, or it's north of Hoenn. North of Hoenn? There's nothing north of Hoenn. There's nothing. Like if it's literally directly north of Hoenn, okay, that's this. Now we can theory craft, right? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's fun. That's so much fun. Just one gym leader, because then we can be like, all right, well, let's flesh it out. I don't know. That stuff's fun. It's obviously not
that
like
would be neat if at launch they like threw
that's outside
in a
of the
Gen
game,
10
but
gym
still
leader,
they do stuff like that when it's just one. Like think about what is it, Perrin from
Sure, like Adam and being
instantly you're like, where's their descendant? Where's their ancestor? Where's their relation? And you're like, it's not in this game. Maybe I think we'll see it in the future.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
There she is. She exists.
Yeah, but something. Yeah, no, that same line of thinking. I'm thinking, but like, I guess what I'm saying is like, Game Freak could be really heavy-handed with this. They could be really heavy-handed with this. Anyway, so that's cool. Let's see. All right, we'll go back to the rumor now.
We did skip a line. I don't know if you want to go back and read it.
Yeah.
There'll be special modes like level 50, level 100, and gimmick challenges. For example, a Dynamax only challenge and type specific challenges. Which just wanted to read that because it shows those Battle Frontier modes.
Right. If they don't do like a single player thing, or even like a single player path, let's say, like where you're actually doing like facing stuff, that would satisfy me enough. Where you could do like single player just modes, if that makes sense, where you're just like, oh, I'm just fighting Dynamax battles. Like something like that is also still goal oriented. I need like a goal in this game. You know what I mean? And I feel like they know that. It can't just be
VGC is not a goal. Yeah, that's like
play.
That's like something you do outside of the game. Jake is cooking. He said this to me before. Jake says, introduce Pokemon champions that are simulations of in real life trainers that win tournaments in real life.
They've actually done that before too with the Pokemon World Tournament. They would do these special tournaments like where you could download a code and basically play in that tournament. And one time they did it for the anime. They did it with like the Unova League, and so you got to face like Trip and Stefan and all the rivals with their teams. Yeah. But then they also did it for the World Tournament that occurred, I think, in 2012 or 2011. and you were able, it was 2012, I think.
Yeah.
And like one of them was Wolf Glick. Like that's kind of something that he'll occasionally bring up, is he'll be like, I was in a Pokemon game once, because they put Wolf Glick in the Pokemon game because you could fight him, you know? So I could see them doing some kind of mode that's like that after like a you know, I would think for the bigger tournaments, like not every regionals, but like for the internationals and especially the worlds, I could see that.
Valid.
Interesting.
Yeah, sorry for all the stuttering, guys. I'm actually, I just started recording the stream, so in post, whatever ends up on Spotify, I'll probably stitch these two things together, just in case. So you'll be, anyways. Sorry for the stuttering. I guess it's bad Wi-Fi right now, which doesn't make sense because I'm not using Wi-Fi. I'm actually plugged into my computer, so
Sometimes
I don't know what that
still.
is.
Sometimes that's just the internet connection in the end.
All right, let's go back to this. Let's see. Specific modes. Did we already read that? There'll be special modes like level 50, level 100, and gimmick challenges.
Just read that.
Okay. So the Nuzlocke challenge as well. That's another like buzzword in the community, and I'm like, there's no way the Pokemon Company actually uses the word Nuzlocke. So that
no,
and it
no way.
might not even be like a Nuzlocke challenge. It really could just be like that's the person who's writing this interpretation of whatever they're seeing. This to me so one challenge will be like a Nuzlocke sort of. If a Pokemon faints, it can't be used again until you beat a certain tier. That's fun. That honestly just again, that feels like a Pokemon Frontier type thing. It also reminds me of just like, I feel like as a kid going through the Elite Four, that's what that was. Until I got smart enough to be like, oh, I should buy revives and hyper potions. That is what the Elite Four challenge is. It's a gauntlet, right? You have to battle all of them in a row and you can't lose. Obviously, the smarter and older I got, I would be like, all right, well, I'm going to buy enough potions and revives. I'm going to save before. I'm going to have a specific strategy, and I won't lose.
Right.
And that's what started to happen. But growing up, it's like I would lose a Pokemon, and I'm like, I'm cooked. Like, I needed that, you know? Just anyway, that's just a fun idea. Let's see. NPCs and the gym leaders will change each time. Challenges with special rewards okay. Challenges, we're going to get into the rewards section. Challenges with special rewards unavailable in the store will take place. How do you guys interpret that? I'll keep reading if you want.
I think of that kind of like what's going on right now with the Treasures of Ruin raids, right? Like, it's a challenge. Hey, take on 1 million of these, and we'll, do that. And then also the, what are they called? The global challenges. Like these, they don't occur every month, but every couple months they'll do a global challenge where basically you can go online and you enter. It's basically like an online tournament. It's actually a way to earn points for VGC. But if you just play like 3 battles or 5 battles, I forget what the cap is, they'll go, okay, well, we'll give you this. And sometimes it's something as small as like 3 ability patches. But in the past, like in Sword and Shield, that's how they gave out the shiny Galarian birds.
Nice.
So, that's how I see it. Like doing little online tournaments or doing challenges where they're like, hey, guys, go in your game and win.
That's fun.
10 battles using Gigantamax.
Yeah.
And then, oh, you did it. Good job, Dusty. Well, now you get this clothing that's similar to Galar. Like it has the Galar symbol on it or something, Leon's clothes, something like that.
All right. So this is, okay. This next part of the rumor is literally where my eyes glow. I turn into like an anime girl, right? I turn into Sylveon. I turn into Mega Dragonite, right? Where I'm like, I can see the vision of this game. I really do see how this game could remove a lot of friction. There's just like a focus, right? There's no. I was playing Sword and Shield this weekend, or sorry, Scarlet and Violet, and it's not difficult, but it's just confusing to get. Like I'm like every time I turn on the game and I want to play with friends in the the Union Circle or Union Square. I'm like, I'm so confused how to even go online. It's like there's so many random buttons, and obviously you can remember it. But I'm still playing Pokemon games every day or whatever. But I'm not as long, right? I'm 30 minutes a day, right? Obviously, when I was when I had more time on my hands in college, like I'd play for 4 or 5 hours. I mastered it, right? Like there was no problem. But like I guess what I'm trying to say is like I can see how this game could remove any friction. Like the community talks about how great the what was it, the was it? It's not the C gear. It's whatever the system was, the PSS system in X and Y, right? Everyone's like, oh, that was so amazing. You just click on a person and you start a battle. Like, that could be this. Maybe there's a game in maybe Champions literally is just this. Maybe there's a game in maybe Champions literally is just this seamless experience where you turn it on, you click 2 buttons and you're battling, right? Like, and if that is the case, I can see how that could be a vision. That would be a really, really cool thing. And I'm also looking at, so everything we're about to read is also the stuff where it kind of makes me think, if this is in the game, then I'm like, okay, I could see myself logging into this weekly, right?
Yeah.
All right. Rewards include clothes for your trainer, your stadiums, held items, and Pokemon clothes. I mean, it's cosmetic and maybe meaningless, but I think it's meaningful. I want to dress my person up to look like me, to have fun outfits. It's a reflection of my identity.
Yeah, this is hilarious that this is what gets you excited the most. Like, this is the thing that I don't do, like, ever. I've been playing Call of Duty, like, since Warzone came out. Yeah. And they constantly try to sell you skins so that, like, that's the marketing
it's fun.
Thing. I still use the base skin. I have never bought a single
That's so
one.
boring to me.
I will not spend money on a cosmetic thing that you put on to a virtual character. There's no way. Like, I'm just not for that. May I rebuttal? I am with you in most cases. We are similar in age. I really think it's an age thing because like, I will spend money on my outfit. I will spend money on other cosmetic things in my life, but why will I not do it on the thing that I spend every day on? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this thing, I am getting enjoyment out of it. It's essentially free. Why would I not just throw it a couple bucks? You know, I have been tempted a few times. I'm just saying I've been tempted.
Yeah,
but and
like, how many Pokemon? I'm not even trying to say you're wrong. Because I am also, it's good to be frugal. But what I'm saying is, like, we spend money on plushies.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
I agree. I was gonna say, with Pokemon, I could see myself putting a little bit of money into it, but at the same time, I would never spend a bajillion amounts on But that would be their marketing. That would be their way to make money with this game. Would be like, oh, you can get these skins, you can get these, you can get this for that, you can get a whole new color for your Pokemon, and the color thing might get me. Like something like that.
Yeah,
could work.
I feel like you're not. I feel like. I tend to resist the pressure to buy everything. Like, that stresses me out. I'm like, I don't want to get anything because I'm like, I would feel like I need to get everything. But it's just so you can buy a couple things, And there's obviously going to be clothing that you don't need to buy, right?
It's also smart, though, for Pokemon fans, because Pokemon fans are collectors, and it's there's going to be some people that are going to be like, I need every single thing that they put out. Yeah. And that would make them a lot of money. I think a lot of people would go for it. I'm not saying this is a bad idea at all. Yeah. I was just thinking it's funny that that's what makes you excited. For me, it's like,
it's not about the buying the things, but it's about, like, I think that's cool. And I think even further in this, I'm not totally sure if they say this, but, like, what I really want is to, like, be able to buy clothing for my Pokemon, right? Like, if I have a Pokemon, okay, they do say that. Okay, good. Because, like, when I'm battling with my Scizor, how do I make it special? It's either shiny, it's either big or small, or it's red. But I'm like,
it's a top hat.
Yeah. So if I can give it a pair of headphones, if I can give it, I don't know, like a vest, like a jean jacket, like, I don't know, like. That's fun, right? And maybe it's not human clothes. Maybe it's like just ornamental things that you could put on a Pokemon that would make sense.
You could even just look at Unite. Like, that's the easiest example.
And
like,
I think Unite goes too hard.
Then Unite.
Yeah, I kind of hate Unite's clothing options. The majority of them.
I think they go too hard. Like, I would want it to be a little bit more relaxed.
That's funny. I just think they should do something different than Unite, but I don't know what that is exactly. Either way, it's a fun idea. It'll definitely make money. So I think that this is realistic on this list of things.
Here we go. Hollowware, they call it.
Hollowware is what they call it.
Let's see if I can get this a little bit bigger. These are too small.
To me,
so Venusaur's got superhero Venusaur. Like, top hat Charizard. Like, these are fine. They look a little too silly, but also, I think this would be cool. Like,
Some of them are really cool.
They're a little ridiculous. I do look at these and I'm like, they're a little ridiculous. Like, I don't think I need
Blastoise.
I don't need.
Oh my god! Everyone, shut up! There's a cowboy Cramorant.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. See,
There's a cowboy Cramorant.
I'm going. Let's see.
This is actually peak gaming.
Dude.
Actually, I didn't even realize. I think it's alphabetical.
It's
no, it's not actually. No, Dex order.
Wow, dude, Cowboy Cramorant. Dude, the Chef Cramorant. Cook style Cramorant. That's pretty good. That is pretty. Oh, dude, this is the best one. Hip hop style Cramorant. That's literally the best one. Wow, that's good.
Look pretty good.
Oh, come on. What are we doing? This website's so confusing. Oh, that's so sick. That's so sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like some of the when it's just like when it's like actually human clothing, I'm like not my favorite, but I'm also like I look at some of these and I'm like, no, these are good, right? Like I don't know. Oh, dude, that's some of these are really cool.
Yeah, some of them are good. I do feel like the majority of them, I'm like, sell down, you know?
Yeah. I don't know what they could do that would be different from this too. Like, I hope that they would make it just.
Well, this is Game Freak, so it would. I feel like it would be a little bit more in world. Another way to go about this is maybe the because they already have like a list of like things. Like I feel like there have been Game Freak games where you can and all the contests and stuff you can like dress up your Pokemon.
Let's go Pikachu and Eevee as well.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm thinking like, what if it's as simple as like showing the battle item on the Pokemon or something, right? Or being able to like, if you have a Mega Stone, place where you want the stone to be on the Pokemon. That's like fun as well, right? So things like that, even just like an armband, a bandana, stuff like that, I think would be really cool. Just little things like that to make the Pokemon, my Scizor, a little bit more personalized is really just what I'm looking for. Anyways, this has been a fun episode. I think chat's been enjoying this quite a bit.
I've enjoyed this.
I've been enjoying. Yeah.
I'll do it now. I wasn't gonna, but I saw Noivy in the chat. We got like literally 1 day left, 2 days left for the summer sale. Shop.hiddenpowerpodcast.com. Link is in the description if you want to get some merch discounted for the summer. There's like over 50 items that are 15% off. That's higher than any discount we give to even Patreon supporters. So like definitely go get that if you're looking to get something. I just got I'm not wearing it now. I wore it, I think yesterday. I got this shirt right here, this white Hidden Legacy tee. It's so thick. I was afraid to get our white shirts because I wasn't sure. I feel like a lot of white t-shirts will be kind of thin and see-through, but this one is just like so thick, so high quality. I wore it for like 2 days. I wore it over the weekend, and I felt so cool. Like literally, I felt so stupid, but I was telling Jake, I was like, I literally feel so cool right now. Like that's stupid to say, but I had the shirt on, and I was like, damn, like I look good.
That's hilarious.
Like I felt so good. It was like kind of tight around my like arms. Not that I lift that much, but like I felt strong. Oh, dude, it was.
Look like you did.
So I'm gonna be getting another white T-shirt from our store at some point.
Nice.
Anyways,
I love that one so much.
Yeah. I don't know if this one is actually on sale, but there's so many designs on the store that are on sale. So just go scoop up what you can.
2 days.
Yeah. And actually,
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days. And we do have some new stuff coming soon for anyone who maybe has already copped a bunch of our designs and they're looking for something new. We do have new stuff in the pipeline. We just haven't released anything yet. We haven't finalized anything yet. But we're working with Noivy on that. So yeah, 2 days left for the sale. Go get your stuff. Hidden Power summer sale ends in 2 days. Shop.hiddenpowerpodcast.com. That's it. All right. Bye. Just kidding. We're still here.
Not bye.
All right.
Hi.
All right. So, okay. Rewards include clothes for your trainer, stadium, held items, and Pokemon clothes. I love that. Oh, it does say Pokemon clothes. Okay. It's not just clothes for your trainer. That's what you were saying. Okay. So then it says you'll earn in-game currency by playing ranked, casual, or Battle Frontier matches. And then it says you'll also earn victory points for every win. Currency and VP are different. So the currency, currency is for, I think I'm thinking currencies for like.
It tells you on the next bullet point.
Okay. Thank you. Lumi's autopilot. VP. Yeah. There's a mountain right there. There's a tower right there. Yeah. VP can be spent on healing items. and general items, held items, while currency can be spent on stadium skins, clothes, and exclusive held items. It says you can also buy currency with real money, but it says you can earn currency in-game by just playing
which is
ranked,
normal,
casual, and Battle Frontier.
That is a normal thing that those kind of games do, because they still want you to be able to get something without having to pay, essentially. Like, you still can get, like, the basic stuff.
Yeah, right. Like, talk about accessibility. That is, no one wants to admit it, but that is as long as it's not, like, as long as the paid money is not walling you off from certain items and it's just an option.
Right.
People talk about currency, accessibility. That is something that is accessible. That, like, what is accessibility? PK Hex. That's something that makes battling more accessible for people. Just to be, just to be real.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Lumi? I feel like I talked over you.
He's probably gonna I was saying that I think TCG Pocket. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while since I picked it up, but I think TCG Pocket has a like premium pass or something, and it like allows you to collect hourglass or something quicker, or you get something quicker, or maybe you get to do something twice or something. But it's exactly what you're describing, where it's an optional thing. You do pay money for it, but it's not like blocking something off. I think it does block off a pay mat.
Sure.
But or a play mat. I said a pay mat, but a play mat.
A play mat.
And maybe a dice or a coin, I mean.
I feel like I heard a lot of people say
don't touch TCG Pocket.
Yeah, no, it is true. There's just like certain things that you just can't get. And then the paid version also, like, I think gives you like more pulls throughout the week or throughout the day. I just had a funny thought though. Like, I heard a lot of people say they didn't like the battle stadium, like the floor, the LED floor in Pokemon Champions.
Oh, I did not either.
And like, I didn't mind it that much, but now I'm wondering, like, if you can pay to change the stadium, maybe it's like they made it as ugly as possible to incentivize you to change it.
Dude,
that's a possibility.
That's real.
Like,
that's real.
Like, I know how, like, in like casinos, I've heard, like, in casinos they'll like make the carpet like very purposefully like offensive to like basic human psychology to incentivize, again, all subconsciously, for you to leave the floor and go sit down somewhere to spend your money. Right? It's like, it's all psychological. And I wonder if they have a guy on staff who's like, listen, this is the best way to design your game for maximum income.
100% they do.
Yeah,
they definitely do.
It's gonna be like Coldplay in there, man. It's all yellow.
That's good. I almost sang it, but we'll get demonetized.
DMCA'd. But no, I think too, like, stadium skins that's like Coliseums and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking like the Battle Revolution stadiums, like what extent I want to battle outdoors too and have these indoor stadiums and all this, you know? Sure. I don't want to battle in a schoolyard, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, I think so. I mean,
that anymore.
Oh yeah, let's see. I'm just scrolling down.
That's a good idea, though. I think that they will, as time goes on, they will progress and make new stadiums and all that. I don't know how many there'll be on launch, but yeah.
If I were to read too far into it, I think they showed us one of the one of the battlefields, the other battlefields. If you go to the Champions website, Dusty, there's like a little like training room, but it has a battlefield, so it makes me wonder if it is one of the battlefields you can select. Scroll down, you'll see the picture. It's like under the like private mode. Keep going.
I'm scrolling.
Good. Keep going.
This
keep
one?
Going. Don't worry. No, private mouse. There it is.
Oh, nice.
It's 100%.
Sure, it looks like scrimmages. Oh, that's cool. I see that.
It's like it's got a battlefield, so I'm like, maybe that's another stadium.
It looks like it's probably like a scrimmage mode. It's probably literally just for training. You know?
It's private battles, so it's the picture of like the battles that you and I would do against each other.
I know, but but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, it looks like a YMCA. You know, it's not a state. It's not like a professional stadium where, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
but you know, it's just, it shows. I think if this is a playable stadium in quotes, then you know, it shows that they will at least hopefully be diverse. You know what I mean? Because while I don't necessarily like this, it is vastly different from the stadium that we've seen in the trailer. Yeah,
I wonder. I'm just thinking, like, a private battle would reflect that, where the stadium itself is literally private. No one's watching. But you go to like a casual, they have casual battles, ranked battles. There are people who are watching in the stadium. So yeah, I don't think this is the only one you would have. Like there's probably a bunch of like skins.
Oh, definitely.
And here, that'd be kind of cool. Maybe the private battles, you can customize the actual stadium, right? The same way you would like a secret base or something. That'd be kind of fun, right? If this is
it
your
does
own
say create a
gym.
room where you and the opponent you'd like to face can have an exciting battle.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, dude, I could see that. And you can put plushies in the background and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's a stadium that we could use, though. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But you could customize
I think
it.
even in the main thing. I think it'll be one.
How are we gonna Dynamax a Pokemon in there though?
Yeah,
that's what people say.
exactly.
You don't know the depth of the ceiling and all that. Like it looks like it from that angle, but you don't. It can probably fit in.
I had a thought yesterday on my walk, and I was like, "Damn, we're all megas are returning. That's all. We're all excited for megas to return. But what if the next Legends game brings back Z moves or something? What if they bring back Dynamax?
Normally,
according to this, they're bringing back Dynamax. So
no, but like new Dynamax, new Z moves.
Oh, like new G-Max.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was an idea from Lutu actually. He's the only person I ever saw like bring that up.
No, I just had that thought. I just had that thought yesterday when I was walking. I didn't see Lutu.
Yeah, exactly. So
Lutu's trying to steal my ideas. I said that. That's an original thought.
That's literally how that happens, by the way. But it's such a genius idea, Dusty. Good job. I just think imagine they could just introduce like one or two new G-Max forms like a year. You know what I mean? Like nothing crazy, but
a new Mega or something, man.
Just one new Mega for the year.
Like right now we're in a renaissance of the Mega era, but it's like give us 3 years and it's like I could see a Legends game where like take place in Alola where Z moves are not just a cutscene that lasts a minute, but instead it's like instead of powering up to become a Mega and then battling with the real time, you literally like hold down a button to supercharge a move, and it's like you literally do the move. Like that was me doing the Z move for like Marshadow. That's what that was. Anyways, no one's watching me right now. This is a podcast. And everyone's just listening to silence.
People are like, wow, I think I heard like his arm move there.
Yeah, you gotta make the sound effects.
Yeah, you're doing really good, honestly. I think they're getting the image now. Yeah.
Chop. Anyways, yeah. So
they do have to make, if they put Z moves in the game, they do have to make new Z moves because there's a Z move version of non-damaging moves. So like Z Splash, for example, raises your own attack 3 stages.
Yeah. And
there have been, since Sun and Moon, new non-damaging moves that have been introduced, right? Like, cool. I don't know why, but my first thought is Tar Shot is a new move that's been introduced that's non-damaging.
That is so random.
So they would have to make a Z Tar Shot, a Z... I think Graplock has a move that's like that, or not like that, but is non-damaging, and et cetera, et cetera. Spidops has one. You have to make Z versions of those.
Damn.
Right. I can see it. Z moves is very interesting. We don't know how that's gonna go. It's a big question mark, I'd say.
Before I
just
forget,
Ultra Necrozma.
Yeah, no, dude. Honestly, Ultra Necrozma, it'll come back.
Like Z moves.
Because literally, I didn't even think of that, but like literally, Necrozma could become, when it uses the Z move in this new game that I'm imagining, this Legends Alola game. We should make that video, honestly, like in a week or so. Ultra Necrozma would be the only one that would actually basically Mega Evolve into, or Necrozma would evolve or whatever, change form into Ultra Necrozma. That's sick. But before I forget, Free Metroid Hat sent us a very nice super chat, so we appreciate that.
Thank you.
They say, hear me out. Galarian Weezing with a top hat on his top hat shaped head. I could see it, and it would be...
Is that like a terraform, maybe?
yeah. With a terraform on top of that.
Whoa.
Yeah. Imagine if they actually dropped terraforms in this game. They were just like... I mean, we're just in full speculation now, but like, if terraforms were a real thing that were cut from base Scarlet and Violet, imagine if they were just like new forms for
Dude,
terrestrialized Pokemon are coming to this. Wow,
that would
they
be
just
fun.
drop like the 15 that they made for the.
I
for
do
the
think
actual
there's
game.
room for them to debut new Pokemon in this in the same way that they've debuted Pokemon in Pokemon Go. So
It is.
I don't think it's impossible. I would imagine.
Yeah.
No, definitely
Yeah,
not.
that would be cool.
I actually
Because
kind
again,
of-
this is a Game Freak game. This Game Freak is making Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
Champions. It's not random.
I'm not like hard expecting it, but I will not be surprised if they debut this game with a new Mega. Like if they were to say like,
Sure.
hey, get in the same way they do those like early purchase bonuses where like it gives you like the Rockruff that could evolve into Dust Lycanroc and stuff like that. I could totally see a universe where they go like, hey, download Champions and use this code. It's only available until so and it'll give you a Zeraorite. You know?
Or
Yep.
yeah, or like yeah,
Very
let's not
possible.
spoil anything, but yeah. Basically, like that would be cool. They say we got a new Mega for you, and it's in this game, and then they don't mention Legend ZA, but then later we see that it's in ZA, or maybe they just leave it for post.
I think like they would leave it like for
you to
Champions.
discover or something. Yeah.
Like it'd be.
Oh,
a
you're saying a Pokemon
like,
that's not in
Legends
Legend
ZA.
ZA? Oh,
Yeah, and they just might like say like, hey, if you
yeah, I can see that.
get the game within the first 3 months, we're going to be doing this code, and that code's going to give you the Mega Stone for this Pokemon.
Yeah, the Terra, like a new Terra form, is really just like a fan idea. So I'm like, I'm not bought in, but like, yeah, Megas are back. Like I really could see that. And Lumi, you're suggesting it'd be the one that was like supposed to be in the game but is not in ZA.
Yeah.
So-
I'm not even saying was supposed to. I'm saying like is not in the game just completely.
Sure, nice. All right, let's keep going. Let's see. And I hope this stream's a little bit better. I think it is a little bit better now. Let's see. You'll earn in-game, yada, yada, yada.
Point.
VP
Yeah.
can be spent on healing items and general held items. We read this already. You can also buy currency with real money. We said that. Okay, this is the final note. There won't be a competitive battle mode in Generation 10. This will be the replacement. This is so they can make the mainline games larger, more expansive, and improve overall gameplay and graphics. Yeah,
You guys had an issue with this.
yeah, this just right off the bat just feels like conjecture. This just feels like someone made something up. Like they're just implying so much. Like okay, there won't be a competitive battle mode in Gen 10. Okay, fine. Maybe that just actually no, that is just speculation. That's literally just speculation. I'm
I
like,
don't know if it's just speculation.
well, that wouldn't be in the game.
I mean,
nowhere in the
they're
game is it going to
saying-
say, by the way, this isn't going to be a thing for Gen 10.
Maybe we should have prefaced this whole thing with like how it's written is like somebody that knows the plans of champions, like the plans in the future is what I mean. Like the whole concept of champions is what this person apparently knows, because this is not all just like launch stuff. This is just like everything for this game like that they're trying to do. And so they're like, okay, competitive battling, this is going to replace it essentially in Gen 10.
Sure,
the way they write it,
yeah, I can believe that, but I think my actual problem with this is when they say, okay, I'm going to read it again, and then they say this will be the replacement. They say this is so they can make the mainline games larger, more expansive, and improve overall gameplay and graphics. I don't think any of that has anything to do with VGC. Like right now, they build a game.
Right. Maybe.
Right now, I would love
I
to.
agree,
I would
I
love to
agree.
hear why. I would love to hear why those things are connected. Because right now, my understanding is they build a game. They obviously build a game to incorporate a new gimmick, so it's like it's alive in the world, and then it can be used in VGC. But then I'm like, they say larger, like a larger game, to suggesting that the fact that VGC exists, that you can battle online, that means they can't make a game larger and fill it out. They say more expansive. To me, that means like more content. Improve overall gameplay and graphics. Again, what does that have to do with VGC? They could do that and then showcase it in VGC. Like the online battles are the same online battles in the world of a Pokemon game, right? So
Yes,
like I don't see how
kind
this is
of.
related. I would love to hear why.
I think that for one, it is very clear that when Game Freak makes a Pokédex, they aren't just thinking of Pokemon that fit the region, but there's a balancing aspect to it. They are trying to put in Pokemon to kind of keep it in a way where, a more can be playable or whatever. And then, or viable rather. And then I also, we know they have a whole division dedicated solely to the battles of these games. There's always a battle director and stuff like that. And I think it allows them to do the gimmick however they want in this game. And the people on Champions can worry about how they'll implement that into actual competitive battles. But we want the gimmick to work like this. And if you used it in competitive like this, it would be garbage and no one would have a fun time. But we want to use it like this, and Champions can figure out how to make it viable. It's similar to how, Mega Evolution, we know it's functioning different, or we are assuming it's functioning different. In ZA, it looks like it's on a timer and all, where that's not the way it functions in a turn-based battle.
Yeah. I don't think it's a huge part of it, but it is a thing that they would not have to think about and not have to worry about. And so I do think that a lot of what this person is saying is embellished, obviously it's not going to be that much that they can do because they're not doing that, but it is a part of it that they wouldn't have to do that so that they can focus a little bit more on all of the other aspects of the game, essentially, because it's just one aspect of the game that they wouldn't have to focus on. That's what I'm getting from this.
I would love to. Yeah.
I'm just going to, I also think that, just to be clear, that I don't think that this is VGC or, it's very hard to say. It's not exactly VGC related. It's not VGC is not going to be on Gen 10 or whatever. It's more talking about competitive battling and player versus player. I do think that there'll still be a player versus player mode.
Yeah, that would
maybe
suck.
it's just
that would honestly suck. I would literally cry if you can't.
What if they took it away?
I'm that's literally a foundational element of the RPG of Pokemon, dude. I want to take my Pokemon, my team, and battle my friends. That's that's why I'm upset with Champions. I'm it doesn't seem like it does anything that the mainline game doesn't do. Dude, I would literally cry if they removed PvP in Gen 10.
I do not think that they would, but I think this is vague enough to be maybe that's what he means. But I think that what I'm saying is it would just be just PvP, no ranked, nothing actual competitive in it, and everything competitive would be on Champions.
But again, I would love to hear. I don't understand how what could they do in the mainline game that they can't do now because they're doing VGC?
I do think the biggest, in my opinion,
is it just 100,000?
They don't have to worry about a balanced dex. They can just worry about the dex fitting the region.
I could see how that's pretty annoying to have to do. Something exists, so now you have to make it exist in, the older games, right?
Right.
Or in the newer games. I could see how that can maybe take up some time, so that's fine. But I really don't. I've never thought to myself, oh, they're all the Pokemon that are available in this game are balanced properly. Because there's really no balance. There's still legendaries available. So there's no balancing. I actually think, and if we were to take a look at I remember this was information, but I'm thinking about our interview with Dr. Lava a couple years ago, where we talked about how basically, there's an airplane going by, yeah. But there's basically when they're when Game Freak is planning a Pokemon game, they basically they build out the region and they say, what Pokemon do we need to fulfill and to inhabit these locations in the world, right? And to me, that's how I've always felt the pool of Pokemon. That's how the pool of Pokemon are created, right? To me, I always feel like they're let's pick 30 lines that could be in Route 1. Let's pick, 20 lines that can be on Route 2. Where okay, we got a sandy biome. Which ones would live here? Not every ground type, but some ground types. In my mind, that's how that works. I don't think they're ever and then what they do is in my mind, they shoehorn in all of the fan favorite Pokemon, right? I've never thought, oh, yeah, all of the pool of Pokemon are very well balanced, because even if it was all balanced, some of the Pokemon are going to rise to the top anyways. If it was perfectly balanced, then we wouldn't have Landorus, we wouldn't have Incineroar, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But also, I don't know. I've never thought Pokemon were balanced. I feel like they pick favorites. I really do. So I just can't buy that.
There's definitely some standouts, but like you can't have 6 Incineroars on the team. So it's like there's still 3 other slots, and those are a little bit more adjustable from how they are able to balance. Propose one other thing that this could mean, if we're completely honest with ourselves, is the answer we'll all be upset about, and that is that this is what Game Freak is going to tell us, and it's not really gonna be true, in the same way that they said, hey, we're cutting the decks so that we can have improved graphics. Here is Zamazenta turning while walking,
Sure. Yeah.
I think it's literally just having resources in another area. Like, that's literally it. I don't know how to convince you, Dusty, but they do like definitely put resources into maintaining competitive battling on single player games.
But those are separate hires. That's how I look. I'm like, those are just separate people. Like, they have, I don't know.
I don't know how much of it is internal Game Freak or not. I really can't say because I don't know. But they definitely have people working on that.
Yeah.
And if they don't have it, they can focus on something else. That's what I'm reading this is saying to me. That's all.
Yeah.
Really, I definitely don't know what goes on behind closed doors with them, but yeah.
Sadly, could be them turning towards real-time battles for mainline games as well.
It might be, but I
don't think it is, but
no, not based on some stuff.
Sure.
Not based on things that from the Terra leak and all that, but
sure.
Yeah, I don't think if we see any of the real live live action battling, whatever it's called.
Real
I think
time.
it'd be real time. It'd be Gen 11 if anything. If ZA is successful,
I think they'll keep it locked to Legends games.
I agree,
honestly, but there's always a chance,
Cool. I think we don't know what this means, and I'm excited to see what it could mean, but I just feel like that last line is just conjecture. That's all. Just like an embellishment.
It definitely is a good bit.
Like, maybe
sure.
I just feel like they're just like they just sounds like it sounds like a Pokemon fan who's like, wow, like even if they know stuff, they're like, wow, competitive battling's not going to be on Gen 10. That means X, Y, and Z. But I'm like I don't think they actually know. They're just filling in the blanks of what they are hopeful
Sure.
of. That's all. That's how I read it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure.
Part
2.
And then we have another. So that was the rumor from May. This is the rumor from June. And the presents came out in July, which again, this rumor also mentioned victory points. So either
I kind of assume this is the same person. Is that just me?
no.
I mean, the victory points is pretty clear, so
Just
but
because,
there could be other people working on this,
It almost feels like a continuation from the last one, because instead of introducing this one doesn't get the cliff notes like Champions is releasing this year, it's releasing with this many Pokemon. It just kind of picks up where the last one left off. I feel like it doesn't repeat a ton of info.
That's super fair. I could also see it being like a thing where, if someone who is credible puts out a piece of information, all of the talking heads, us, will talk about those ideas. People on Twitter will start talking about those ideas. And then we see other rumors that are basically shoehorning those ideas into their version of a fake rumor. Right? So this could be a thing where someone liked the idea of the victory points and was like,
right.
Let me I think that'll be real. Let me take that. Let me take that and add and make something new. So honestly, and we didn't consider this when we did our original reporting, but yeah, this one actually could just be completely fake.
Yeah,
it did get the IVs
100%.
thing too, though, and I think that's kind of a crazy call, honestly.
Okay, that's a good point. Because that one was not in the original.
It was not in the original. No.
I will just say though, it does have less credibility compared to the other one because of that.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. I think it actually has a little more, honestly. That IV thing is a crazy call.
Yeah, it is.
I think
it is. All right,
but Dusty's point remains though. It could have just
It could have. Mm-hmm.
We don't know.
All right. So the second rumor, this was from June 17th. It says, I don't believe IVs can be adjusted. It isn't mentioned in the tutorial text, and I suspect that they just forced the max value on everything. EVs can be adjusted at any time, and they seem to have simplified it. I will say right off the bat, I do like that they're describing what they saw, right? They mentioned the tutorial text. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, this person has potentially, if it's right, but also it feels a little bit more believable that they're describing something from the actual game and not just a fan theory, which is, a lot of rumors end up just being like, let's go Legends Johto and Entei will be on the box. But I saw gameplay, but I didn't see the box, but Entei's on the box. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just making stuff up. So that's kind of cool. And like Lumi said, some of this was kind of suggested to be true in the rumor or in the official trailer. Continuing, it says there is a campaign mode with 2 paths. Held items, natures, and specific Pokemon are gated behind different progression points. The text mentioning the Pokemon did not outright say legendary or mythical, meaning it may be possible that they will gate high usage or more popular Pokemon behind it. It is made clear that you will still have to have campaign mode gated Pokemon in Pokemon Home to use them. This is just a wall of text. I can actually stop at any point. Campaign
it's
battle.
Confusing.
Yeah.
It is.
What they mean is that for the campaign mode, you will have to use your Pokemon from Pokemon Home, and you cannot use Pokemon that you bought. That's what I feel like it's saying, but it's kind of poorly worded, honestly. So maybe not.
It is confusing. For the first time I read it, I was like, huh? What is this saying?
I think it's saying like the campaign mode will gate certain Pokemon, so they'll be like, level 1, you can only use, because hypothetically, if the game launches with 350 Pokemon and a year later they've added over the course of a year, let's say 250 more, there's now, 600 Pokemon in the game. But they still might want you to go, okay, you're picking up the game for the first time. You're coming in for the first time. There's 600 Pokemon now. We still only want you to use the 350 that were available at launch for this first part of the story mode. I like, maybe that's what it's saying. I don't know. Like I said, this is really confusing, this part.
It's a have to have campaign mode gated Pokemon. Like, what?
Yeah.
I'm confused. Campaign mode.
Yeah, campaign mode battling sometimes allows you to bring your own team, and sometimes you're given a preset team. These battles can be singles, doubles, triples, rotation, inverse, type exclusive, raids, and possibly more. If we're gonna draw some dots, that could be, if this is real, that could be in relation to the previous rumor that mentioned there's a frontier type mode battle. There's like different battle modes. What the battle frontier was in the Hoenn games was essentially. Not in the Hoenn games. It was literally just the original Gen 3 Hoenn games, right? Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. LOL. It's not in the remakes. Okay. And basically there was like 7, 8 different battle towers that would have different rule sets. There was, there's one where it's like you can swap out your Pokemon with rentals. There's ones where it's just like a total gauntlet. There's one where it's like you let your Pokemon literally decide the moves at random, which is kind of cool.
The good old days.
So this is kind of a continuation of that. That's a little bit more focused on what like competitive people actually care about, and it would be cool.
I would say that this feels too fan driven to me. It's like this is so much singles, doubles, triples, rotation, inverse, exclusive stuff, all these different things. It's like that's a lot that I don't know if they're going to put in this game, unless like we were talking about, this is like a plan that is in motion, and that it's like over a span of 10 years, all of this will eventually be in the game. Dang.
That's really what I'm leaning, like, especially like when they said triples and rotations, my brain first thought, I don't expect that at launch.
Yeah.
And in fact, they've almost kind of stated it won't be there at launch, because they've said on the website, like, singles and doubles. So unless they're saving it for a surprise, it seems like they've clearly laid out that won't be there at launch. But I was thinking, I was like, we've had rumors for a while of like a Unova game at some point.
Damn.
Right? And I could see if we get a Unova game in, Generation 10, Champions kind of to tie in with it. Goes, hey guys, triple M rotation battles are now available.
Here's the crackpot theory. Ready?
Hit me.
Ready.
Pokemon Champions is the Pokemon World Tournament, and because that game also that DLC also takes place in Unova.
Could be. I like it.
I mean, wouldn't that? I just feel like I'm like, where's the Gen 5 remake? If this game takes place in Unova, it's not a remake. If this game takes place in Unova, it's not a remake, but it is a game that takes place in Unova.
Yeah. I still think Galar is more likely just based on what it looks like, but I do. Unova is also an option, I would say.
Yeah.
With what it looks like, even. I wrote it. There was something I wrote.
Would you be?
Like, it could be Unova too.
Oh, you did write. You did write about that.
Yeah. In one of my many threads, I put something like either Galar or Unova.
Like, what would you be satisfied in that way? Would you feel like that? I mean, does that?
I don't think that's the black white remake though. If that's what you're saying, I don't think that's. I think
that's what I'm saying. Because I don't think it's. Yeah, it's happening in 4 years. It's not happening.
Yeah, it's happening
last year.
after Gen 10. It's happening after Gen 10.
So yeah, it's not a very good prediction. Not from you, from Koo.
If this was it.
Hey guys, guess what? I just want to let you know, like Gen 7 remakes are coming in 12 years.
Real leak from Hidden Power.
That's a real. Honestly, someone timestamp this, clip it. Gen 7 remakes are happening.
No.
Gen 7
is too long.
They are happening.
Is too long.
They are happening.
Maybe not. It may not be too long. So it was 15 years for Diamond and Pearl, and we're already almost 10 years from Sun and Moon.
I'm not saying it's not realistic. I'm saying it's too long to wait for a Gen 7 remake.
Oh yeah, within 12 years. Within 12 years.
Okay, that's better.
Bro.
Here's your real leak, guys. Gen 10 is coming out next year.
Yeah. We get a super chat. Not technically. It's Jark has been a legendary tier member of Hidden Power for 21 months. This man is about to be 2 years old. Champions lets them do worlds yearly and add new Pokemon whenever they want. It gives new gens freedom from releasing every 3 years to keep comp fresh. Yeah, I agree with that second point.
It is also true. The freedom to change it if they have to.
That is something too. If they've got certain regulations with because at some point this game would hypothetically have all the Pokemon in the game, and when you're at that point, they could go, okay, well this season only these 450 Pokemon are able to be used, and then they see that one of them's running amok, and they go, okay, let's update it.
Yeah,
and let's add these 15 Pokemon that kind of are a good counter to Incineroar or whatever's happening,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Someone said something right here. The leak is no. Hold on. I'm my brain's going a mile a minute. I think I just like the idea of like. I do like this idea of like them being able to release games even more, whether it's more frequently. They can release games that are more experimental. They could release games that are further apart, but it's like I do like the idea of future Pokemon games kind of being just kind of unshackled from any sort of online play. I do kind of like that. I like that. I don't know if it's the perfect iteration of it. I just think it does have potential, right? Because then it's like you put out a game like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Like I just feel like the last decade games have come out, BDSP, Let's Go, Legends, and it's like there's just always a big question mark. It's always like, well, where do we battle, right? Or even if there's not a question mark of where you battle, it's like, why can't I use my Legends Arceus team, So I can get that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could see that giving Game Freak more freedom in that sense. Or even just being able to outsource the games. Game Freak doesn't even need to work on it. All right. Let's see. You cannot switch between paths freely. One path must be finished first. The campaign mode paths will have new additions with each new competitive season that it added. There will be
exciting.
Yeah, there will be seasonal events. They will have extra cosmetics for your characters, Pokeballs, and entrance effects. That's kind of cool, the entrance effects.
Did we just get seals confirmed?
I think so. Entrance effects.
This makes so much sense, by the way. This is like the typical model. Just throwing it out there. That's like literally
for what?
How every game that does this.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's like a seasonal thing. Like you get a new season. And in that season, you get new, cosmetic stuff.
Let's see. These require you to spend a daily attempt for each progression point, like the campaign paths. Honestly, the seasonal events would be fun. You just get to put a Santa hat on all your Pokemon. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. Keeps it new. Every season there's something new.
Victory points.
It's no different than TCG Pocket doing like events or adding a new pack or whatever.
Absolutely.
More exciting. Probably more exciting.
Victory points are a free currency earned through tournaments and other events. Challenger points are a paid currency. Players will be able to set up rental teams with 2 privacy modes, either making the team public to all or friends only. These teams are restricted to friendly matches. They cannot be used in tournaments, seasonal events, or campaign mode battles that allow selecting your own Pokemon.
Those are the nitty-gritty details that just like go in one ear and out the other for me. but yeah, because I don't really do
Makes sense.
Private battles or anything. I don't know. I wouldn't do private battles, I guess. I guess friend battles you would.
Private battles would be like you battling me or Dusty.
Yeah.
Right. I guess that's friendly battles. Yeah.
Yeah, what it's saying is that so rental teams are where like I can make a team and then I can get a code for that team and I can send it to you and you can now use the team that I built.
Yeah.
And so I think what it's saying is I have the choice too. I can go, okay, hey, everybody can use my team, or I can go, hey, you know what, Dusty, Soul, let's keep this between us. I can share it privately with you two, and not everybody can use it. Only you two can use it. And then it's saying that you two can only use my team that I run into you in private matches. So like Soul, you won't be able to go on ranked and use it. Dusty, you won't be able to enter the next regionals with it, anything like that.
Yeah. That works.
Makes sense.
Friendly battles are available at any time, and all the modes available in campaign mode are available there as long as you've played it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I think overall, that it looks like there's actually offline content, right? And there's also some inklings, right? There's some things in here that make me think that this game might also do world building, which obviously doesn't matter for the actual game. But it is kind of cool. I guess personal thing.
Yeah.
But it's like when you play Unite, when I play Mystery Dungeon, I'm like, this is a different universe, right?
Yeah,
obviously,
for real.
Like primarily, it's just the gameplay is not my favorite. But I'm also, I just have less interest because I'm like even Masters. If Masters wasn't a gacha game, I would probably play that game, right?
Yeah. Also, if it had different gameplay style.
Yeah.
But yes.
Sure.
No, I don't think the gameplay style is that big of a problem. I think for me, it's just, I think what has turned me off, and maybe I'm wrong, but it just seems like there's always something new to chase. And I'm like, that gets stressful. But the gameplay is just simplified double battles or triple battles, but that has a lot of lore and stuff in it. And, not to call him out, but like, I remember Toby when he was like, when Masters came out, he like got an ad deal to like promote with them. This is before I even knew him. But like, and he was like, oh, look at all these like connections, right? Like his ad was, look at all the connections, like there's all these lore implications in Masters, and I don't think the man plays it anymore, right?
But there are lore implications, I will say.
Yeah,
he wasn't wrong.
No, he's not wrong. So, my point is like I don't
actually.
But. Yeah, my point is I also don't play it because it doesn't seem very enticing. Champions is a Game Freak title. It is battling, which I know how to do and I want to do. And I think if there's ways to play offline and there's returning characters, and maybe even it doesn't even need to be like Champions does not need to be in an existing region for me to care. I just like the idea of maybe like there being seasons where it's like you get to battle Brock this season. Like we're doing, this is like a Brock gauntlet, right? Like something like that, that's fun. Brock? I'm just using Brock as an example, but it's like
I know
that I do think that would matter to me. And then all the different gameplay modes also sound like a lot of fun because again, that's something I can enjoy offline. Like I had a lot of fun with Dynamax Adventures, right? That's like a mode of play. That's a mode of play that I can just keep cycling. That's fun. I like that. I don't always want to. I just don't care too much to battle other people that much. Like that's not why I like Pokemon. It's not like when you play VGC, it does get difficult because now you're playing like a challenging game, but you're sweating during the game. I don't want to sweat. I want to just sometimes I want to sweat. Sometimes I want to battle my buddies and like I'm going to kick his butt and it's going to be nerve wracking. But also if I want to play
be goals in this game other than just battling somebody else. Like there just has to be some, like, cause it's not really a game if if it doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Right.
The amount, like the level of depth to that, I don't know. But there's got to be some kind of goals. I could be wrong. It could just be a battle sim.
Yeah.
But, it feels right.
I don't even feel like it.
So.
It doesn't even feel like a battle. I mean, it is a battle sim, but it's like, how are you gonna give me a battle sim if you don't even if I can't use every Pokemon I want to use? That just drives me insane.
It'll be there eventually.
Yeah, it's a battle sim in progress.
Yeah, just seems.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, that stinks. We got another super chat by Jimmy the Lapras. I'm sorry, Limmy the Lapras.
Limmy
I got the
Lapras.
sunglasses on.
We met an Austin the Lapras the other day.
We have
Wild.
a few Laprases.
We got a whole flock in here.
Our fans.
A pod or something.
We love
Lapras.
I like Lapras. Yeah, thank you for the super chat. They say, morning HPP fam. Loving this conversation today. I'm glad you guys like it.
That's great.
I can see the lagging on my end. Something's going on either with Streamlabs. Maybe I need to reset my computer. I don't think it's my internet. It might be the internet. I don't know though.
Apparently Twitch is working fine. So
okay,
so I think
it might just be a YouTube thing. We've seen some people say they can't even super chat. They can't claim their the little renewal message of being a member. People like to kind of show that off. They can't even do that. Some people are getting through. I don't know what it is. It might be a YouTube thing. But what do you guys got going on this weekend?
Jeez, that's a great question. I don't know. Hopefully, gonna hit up the beach again one more time before the wife goes back to work for.
Nice.
Dang, is it work
time?
It's school time already.
Almost.
Yeah, she's been doing a little summer camp thing, but it's only 3 hours out of the day, whereas she normally works a lot longer than that. So
yeah.
Oh, they're saying Twitch is lagging too, actually.
Yeah, people are saying Twitch is lagging too.
I'm recording everything offline, so I'm going to stitch together what I can and try to upload that on Spotify and Apple for you guys. I don't know if you can even hear this because YouTube might be disconnecting while I'm saying it, but the people on Spotify and Apple will hear this.
Yeah, they're committed anyway. They're out here.
They're
the realists.
Also, too, would the VOD be okay on YouTube?
We'll see.
I think so.
It's just because it's going live. I don't know.
We'll see.
There were some other things, like we had the TCG Pocket drama that happened all this week, and
of course the presents. Did we mention that?
We did mention it.
Just
yeah,
big news actually.
Okay. I think,
but we mentioned it at the beginning. But
okay.
I mean, there's not. There's not.
You guys were talking about it before we got on, what we could see possibly, how much Game Freak could there be? Is the question.
Yeah. In the past, there's been one instance, a Nintendo Direct partner showcase, the year Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra was coming out. They did some gameplay footage for Isle of Armor in it. There was nothing new revealed, but you got some footage of the little forest in there, Focus Forest, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
And then the cut scene with Mustard and Cubfu.
So it is not impossible. Actually, I thought it was impossible, and then these
thought this
boys
was an
brought it to my
indie
attention.
direct.
No, it's not. It's a partner.
That's an indie world, I think is what they call it.
They brought it to my attention that Game Freak could be shown in this, and to me, just based on what the director of ZA said, about news being released little by little, I could still see something happening in this. I don't want to put hope in people's hearts, but there's a little bit in mind that there might be something like a surprise, a shock. We're we didn't expect to see that. It's not going to be a full blown trailer, but
and if there is, right, and if there is something in it, we'll be covering it right here on Hidden Power.
Yes,
for sure. Dang right.
I'm not holding my breath though. I'm really not.
Not me either, but I don't know. After you guys said that, I really was like, man, they could do it though.
Yeah.
In case you're, hang on. In case you're curious, I'm about to send y'all the trailer that they did put in the thing as this plane flies over me.
I know. You got a lot of activity over there.
Yeah, I didn't realize it, but ever since his mic has been doing this, I didn't realize he was by an airport essentially.
That's
a
good,
lot
man.
Of planes. Yeah.
I lived relatively near a city. It's like nowhere near the airport. I lived nowhere near the airport, but the airport the planes would take off and then travel over the city that I lived in. Right.
Yeah, that happens for sure.
Truthfully, a lot of the planes that fly over here, you actually don't hear. What it is they're doing like military drills or something. So we've got these military planes flying over.
Oh, we love to hear that. Military drills amongst civilians. That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
at least,
man.
At least they're training.
Just it's like training, like landing the planes and stuff at the airport or whatever.
Nice.
Because we've got a small airport near us. But yeah, I sent you like a little thing, and I'm kind of scrolling through it, and it is just genuinely like, it actually, you know what? It kind of gave some new information. It did say like there's the Tower of Darkness and the Tower of Waters, and it showed the signature moves of the Urshifus, and it also showed
that's new information.
Signature G-Max moves, and it showed off some new customization options. So that's actually bigger than I remembered it being.
Where did you send that? Because I'm gonna probably post it on here too. Okay.
The Trust.
Cool. Yeah, probably gonna post it on the Twitter as well, just to get a little hype up. But I do.
It was March 20th or 26th, 2020.
I think it's possible.
I think it's possible because basically they just showed what they showed on the presents for the Pokemon fans, and now here's the thing, it's like now that I have a Switch 2, like every single direct that they put out, I'm like, oh, I'm interested, right? There's a newfound energy in these Nintendo Directs because there's a brand new console, and it's exciting. You guys were even saying it. I think a lot of people in our community have been saying it. It's like there's not enough games. So
yeah, this is
the time to give us new games. And for people who aren't tapped into Pokemon, right? People who are casual fans of Pokemon and don't follow it like us, the fanatics, like they are still interested in Pokemon. They just need to be showcased it where they might be watching. And I think the people who are watching the Nintendo Direct to find new games for their Switch, this is they could regurgitate some information about Legends EA and Champions that is
100%
slightly new for us and is interesting to them.
It's a great point. I also am excited just for a partner direct because I would love to see what other games are going to come out for the Switch 2. Like it's still really exciting actually.
Yeah.
So and then like North just said, I was thinking about this. Like, could we get XD or Coliseum in this at all? Like, because that's the thing that I was expecting for the Nintendo Direct.
Maybe
I was like, they're going to drop it for the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
But I guess it is still third party. They could drop it tomorrow. They could. I think it's even less likely. Yeah, but
maybe we stream it. I'm getting excited now.
I mean, it's just,
what time is it at? Oh, it's at
9
a.m. our
10?
time.
9.
It's only 25 minutes. We could go live and then watch it and then just log off. Maybe you guys want to do that?
I am down. I'm not against it.
I'm
watching it anyway.
I could probably do it too. It would literally have to be under an hour because I'm gonna have to go.
Is it bad that like there's a part of me that thinks like by us doing that we're summoning there not being a trailer?
Yeah, that's
no.
Bad. You're just superstitious.
Last time that happened, you guys were on. I wasn't here, but I was like, I know that there's news in this, and then boom, there was.
Listen,
news.
we could do it.
There was news.
We could do it.
Yeah,
we could do it.
9 a.m. Game if y'all are game.
It'll be good for you, Lumi, especially because you can see other games and be like, hey, I might want to get that for my Nintendo Switch 2.
I have one more Nintendo Switch 2 game than you do, mister.
You have many more than me. I have 0.
I have one more. It's Mario Kart World.
I have no games.
Other Switch 2 games.
All I play is Scarlet and Violet. That's all I play.
So how y'all gonna tell me that I need games? Y'all ain't got any games.
I didn't say that. I don't need any more games. I have Scarlet and Violet. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Don't buy Mario Kart World though. That ain't worth $80.
I'll tell you guys a little secret too.
It was worth it as a $50 game, which is what it was for me. But
yeah. A little secret is that somebody let me into their family plan that has an expansion pass, bro. It's like crazy. I've been kind of tricked into like maybe I'd love to. I mean, I have it now, but I'm just saying like.
It's good. It's always been good.
There's so many good games.
There's so many good games you can play.
I went on a nostalgia, like just looking at it, and I was like, "Dang, N64!" Like took me right back to when I was like a kid getting N64 games at Blockbuster.
Yeah, I do think the best.
That's storming here now.
The best part.
Did it get that?
Here.
No, the best part of the Nintendo Switch Online, I think the most valuable thing is that you can actually just see all of the original. National box covers for each of the games. Not only do you see like the English and the American or whatever it's called, like the whatever box cover, but you also see the Japanese ones. You can even see like there'll be like random like German covers or something. And usually there's different box art as well. It's not just like the language. And I think that's so cool. It doesn't, I mean, you can get that elsewhere, but it's really cool to have that like on your device, right?
I agree.
I just think that's like kind of like an elevated little detail that I always appreciate when I'm logging into NSO. So we have a couple of super chats here. One's from Squirtle Master Kenobi. We appreciate you, man, always supporting the stream and showing up. They say, with all that we have been learning about champions, I just have a hard time seeing this as our new VGC tool, particularly with Gen 10 coming next year.
I think we just have to wait and see what the final product is. That's all I have to say. Because I agree, but yeah.
It's definitely...
We gotta wait.
Yeah, it's definitely just like... Yeah, I don't know. I honestly am pretty torn. I'm pretty torn. Just have to wait and see.
Can't put too much stock in it. Just wait.
And then P1 Polyrath also sent a super chat. Super generous. Always here supporting the stream. They say, guys, even with the hiccups, great live today. Great live today to start my birthday vacation. I'm excited for this new Pokemon Stadium and my ZA Switch 2 bundle. Dude, enjoy your vacation.
Happy birthday.
Hope you're taking a month off. Yeah, happy birthday. We're not going to sing you a song. That's not what we do on this podcast, but I'm singing in my mind. I'm singing in my mind, and I'm wishing you the best, and I hope you get to go outside, enjoy the sun. Yeah, bro. Enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy yourself. I'm hoping the rewatch is not so buggy. We don't have too much more time. There have been a lot of little things, and we can continue to talk about these. I don't think there's too many major implications. There's some, I don't know. There was some cool stuff this week. A whole bunch of TCG Pocket drama. Awesome.
Pretty glorious.
I guess, okay, there. So just briefly, this one little news story, I haven't even looked that far into it.
It's not so little. It wasn't so little, but yeah.
Well, I guess I just have one point to make about it because it's related to like Fakemon. So I don't know if you guys can explain this easier, but basically TCG Pocket put out some new cards for Johto. There's a Ho-Oh card, and essentially it's like literally the artist who drew the card literally sketched it from someone's like fan art. And I guess I wanted to bring this up. This doesn't even need to be a big conversation, but it's just like I think we know less than we think. But on every single one of my Fakemon videos, even on our videos here with the podcast, people are always spamming the comments saying that like they're just repeating what they heard from the Terra League, right? About like, oh, if you draw a Fakemon, then that means Game Freak can never use that design. You're ruining designs for us because we can't have these designs. And then there's the whole thing about like, well, Game Freak can do whatever they want. I think they've also said like, oh, if you draw art of Pokemon, it's actually ours. It's our intellectual property. We can just steal it. And what we've seen over the last 48 hours is that Game Freak, I guess it's not Game Freak, but it's the Pokemon Company accidentally, literally it was just like no one noticed it until it was too late. But the Pokemon Company, through TCG Pocket, published stolen work, and they took it down. And I'm not even going to pretend to entertain any sort of conversation, like knowledgeable conversation about law.
Sure.
But what I am saying is I think it's
more than anything.
What is it?
I think it's more public appearances more than anything is why they took it down.
Okay, yeah.
They didn't have to. They didn't have to, but they did.
Because Hoops was even on last week, and he talked about how the Pokemon Company even like now has this like little disclaimer that like, hey, if you make work based on our work, so we can take it. Well, I think it's, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is what happened with the Flying Eevee. They weren't scared of, because in fact, something people don't talk about is they say they didn't use it. Yeah. And that is true. They did not use the Flying Eevee, but they did say we might still use it. And they just ultimately decided not to. So they have the right to steal our art. Game Freak's not even good anymore. They're having to take our art. It's just not great publicity. So it's like, let's just redesign it, but let's redesign this Ho-Oh. We've got billions of Ho-Oh art of our own that we can trace. Let's do that. Because they even put out a statement that said that like,
I got it up right here. I can read it.
No, not this statement. I'm talking about TCG Pocket put out a statement.
Wow, they put out a statement. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all new information that just happened like this morning. So
yeah. And they basically said in it like, hey, they said what happened was the source material that the artist used was fan art, and he was not aware of that. Like, he thought that he was tracing official Pokemon art, basically, but was in fact tracing fan art.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was actually, apparently it was Creatures that gave them like I don't know how real the story is, because, they can put out something and be like, this is what happened, but we don't really know what happened.
Right, exactly. He might have blatantly stole from a fan and was just hoping he wouldn't get caught,
Yeah, it might be just a save face, but we don't know. So the story that they're telling us is that somebody at Creatures, which is part of the Pokemon company, was like, here's some reference material for this card art, and then the artist used it without realizing that it was actually a fan art. And basically, like, to me, I never bought the whole like it's traced thing. I did think that they just used it like a one-to-one reference where they're just like
a little bit and extend the
possible,
feathers.
yeah.
So that's what I would imagine this would be. I think it's traced.
Either way, they took it down, they put out a thing, and they're going to release new artwork. To be honest, I don't like saying this about artists, because I believe that all art is, good to somebody, but to me, I think we dodged a bullet with the Lugia one. I think that it's not my cup of tea. The Lugia one is not like cool. If you go scroll down, it was right under there. No, that one's messed up too, actually.
I love how Soul has like opinions on the art of this game, but he doesn't play the game.
No, of course, but look, like I'm not a fan of this Lugia art, and I'm like, we dodged a bullet. We get a whole new one.
I think I would prefer it to be more colorful, but I think, it's kind of interesting. Lugia looks way fiercer, and he's at the bottom of the sea, which is kind of cool. He's looking up.
It's not my style. Yeah, so I'm happy about the other one. The other one that you showed earlier, its like thumb is like in the palm of its hand. It's very weird. That one's just a mistake.
Which one? This
like
one?
Right next to it. Yeah. If you look at the thumb of its hand, that is like coming out of its palm. If you look close enough, it's very, very awkward. But I love the face and everything though. It's still good. Just a little mistake in there.
Yeah, I think these are pretty cool. It's always nice to see new art
from this whole thing is incredible.
Man, imagine they like released the card art as like high res PNGs. That'd be sick.
They don't, but they do. They're hard to find. You have to like get them data mined essentially.
Yeah.
But
this is crazy.
We didn't mention the Mega Victreebel. This has been confirmed. I forgot about this. This has been confirmed.
And we talked about this. I'll just say this: we did a full breakdown of this in tomorrow's Secret Power episode. So if you're a Patreon or a YouTube channel member, you can listen into that conversation. We thought this was breaking news. We covered it, and then we were like, you know what? It's actually not. Let's just put the conversation. It was still a discussion about Victreebel in general, so that's gonna be on Patreon for you guys. But Soul, you can.
We lost Lumi.
Oh,
why?
Maybe he said there was a storm. Anyways. Soul, do you want to just explain what this whole ordeal was?
Mm-hmm. What's super ironic about this and crazy is this is the same artist that they copied, that they plagiarized. Like literally the mind-blowing situation that happened at the same time. Like this is the same guy, but essentially, it's funny that Ball Guy's in the chat because I might mention him here. I might not. But
you already mentioned him.
Essentially this art came out, or this person posted this, and this is a art contest. Now we know that they get this card and it's sent to them, and they can fill in the right side, which would be blank, with their own artwork. So like their own card artwork. So this person did that. This is their fan art.
Basically, the black lines are real and official. You can see there's like it's officially distributed by Nintendo and Game Freak, and then all of anything with color is fake, or not fake. Yeah, is
not fake.
I don't think we posted that to Hidden Power.
If you check in the comments of that post, there should be some, like in the replies of that one. I think that's what you're looking for.
Yes.
Anywho, I'll finish explaining.
Yeah.
Essentially, what he did was this artist knows the leaked mega description of Victreebel. And spoilers, sorry people. Apparently Chinese, a lot of leaks come out of China. There's a lot of stuff going on there that I was like, this could be anything. A situation could happen. And then essentially some prominent leakers were like, this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
so it's like, it's very, very close to what it looks like no matter what, even if it's a fan art. It's the same kind of situation that happened with Mega for Alligators, like fan art thing. So it's still very close, and it is very close to the description. So it's not like,
it's just
of course,
but
you know.
But I would just look at it as any other fan design, because I feel like there's been so many iterations of this. Because here's the thing, we have the description, so every single design is just based off of the description, you know. And then the leakers, and then anyone who might know a little bit more information is just gonna say, "Oh, I agree. It looks like what the descript." They're just saying it looks like the descriptions that is all public knowledge, you know. So and I think it's cool because I'm like, I like the way this looks, and I think there's been different versions of it, but it's cool to see this version because it's like
this is the version I want.
I would like to get this version. He looks mean.
Get this version as well. But yeah, so it is. He confirmed it. Like he posted it underneath his original post, and he's like, "This is a fan art that I drew off of the description." So like, that's what it is. I really want it to be real. Like, and apparently, according to some people, it is very, very close. So, we look where he is. He lost. He said his Wi-Fi is dead.
He's in the chat.
His Wi-Fi is dead.
Listen, I think what we're gonna do is.
I mean, that's about it anyway. So.
Yeah, I think all else I was going to say is I spent some time doing some of those, the Ruinous Quartet raids.
Oh.
And it was
fun.
Did we
get to 1 million yet?
I don't know. We'll find out soon, but I did a bunch. I did one of those with some friends, and it was fun. And I'm looking forward to getting the shiny, but also battling some more. That's going to be fun. And also last night there was a code. I don't have the code in front of us. But there's a code to get like a new outfit in Scarlet and Violet. So, I guess I'm just saying. I'm just saying this as like a reminder. Claim the new outfit. Because that
reminded me that there was that new trench coat thing that is coming to ZA too. But it is actually for everyone. You can get it in game. Yeah, like it's the weirdest pre-order bonus ever because you can just get it in game. Yeah, it's just like getting it first, essentially.
I think we're about to wrap up. If you guys want more content, if you missed anything, I'll tell you this. We have so many discussions in live streams from last week. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 streams that we did last week. We did this stream just now. And we also have a bunch of videos as well. We did another Champions, just a 30-minute Champions video last week. We also have another 2 hours with Toby, Loxton, Zaktoshi, and Hoops and Hip Hop. Those are available for Patreon and YouTube channel supporters. Anyone who is at that $5 tier will get access to those, as well as everything else that we put out. We even have a new Secret Power episode tomorrow, so you'll get access to that as well. We did a full breakdown. Actually, to be honest with you, these 2 videos are VODs. They're like tightly edited VODs of the live streams. But just a segment of the live stream, not the full live stream. So if you want just the juice of the info, we got 2 videos right here. If you want to sit and hang out with us for the full, I mean, this video is 3 hours. This one's 2 hours. These 2 are 2 hours. A lot of streaming. If you want the full thing, that's all available on our YouTube channel. We appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. Sorry about the quality, and we'll talk to you soon. You know what? We might even be streaming them. I think we're streaming tomorrow, to be honest with you.
I think we're streaming tomorrow.
So that's the plug. Tomorrow, Nintendo Direct. We'll be doing a quick stream. That's going to be fun. Can't wait to do that with you guys. We'll see you later. Have a great day. Enjoy the sun. Everyone go for a walk. We'll see you.
Thanks for being here. I don't know which